The divisional round has passed. We are now heading into the final 3 games of the season. And I'm going to take a quick old victory lap because A, I chose the Bengals to be in the championship. I in a video that came out a day later than it should have, but came out in time for the predictions of this game, I thought the Bengals would win. I thought the Bengals would play Buffalo in Buffalo and would win. I did not believe they'd win like that. That was unexpected because they beat the shit out of them. Like it was weird. It's something that I was saying during the game was that it felt as if in the fourth quarter, when the Bills were down 2 scores and the Bengals had the ball, that the game was close. It was weird. And then the Bengals scored a third. They kicked that field goal, and I was like, Buffalo can still get this done. And then when they punted, or when there was a turnover on downs or whatever the hell it was like, oh, this was never close. The Bengals went up 2 scores and never let it get close. And it was surprising to see that Bills team fall apart. I'm going to go look at the Bills games this year because, did this happen to them all year? So they scored 31, 41, 21. They scored 19, so that's not great. 23, whatever. What happened this week didn't happen to them this season. It didn't occur. Like, the Jets did a pretty good job, and the Dolphins did a pretty good job week 3. But other than that this hadn't happened to them. And I struggle to believe that this wouldn't have happened if they had played the game in weeks 17. Because that game started like this game did, right? Except Buffalo got something going on offense to start. Like, the Bengals scored a touchdown on their first drive, but then got the ball and then were driving again. And then obviously all the DeMar Hamlin shit happened. It was funny as shit because they were not the DeMar Hamlin shit, but when they were trying to show like because DeMar was at the game today, so they were showing a picture of him on the not like a picture, like a video of him like in a suite, and you just couldn't see him because it was a downpour, buckets of snow. It was sick. Like, genuinely, we're talking. Not whatever. I was talking about it during the game, and I was like, this is bare minimum, I think, the most interesting game since at least the Eagles and Patriots Super Bowl, where, like, storylines going into it and, like, how interesting they are. That might be the number one, because a guy almost died. The game got canceled. And then 3 weeks later, they played again. In the playoffs, AFC Championship appearance on the line in a blizzard. Not a blizzard. In a blizzard. Come on. And then the Bengals wouldn't even let it be close. And so the other game. So, yeah, props to the Bengals. Again, still, Bengals for the Super Bowl. They're winning the goddamn Super Bowl. Stand by it. So there you have my prediction right there. I think the Chiefs. I'll circle back to the Chiefs. Then the other game we had today, we had the Niners. I'm saying today. This video is going out tomorrow because this time I'm actually going to learn my lesson. I'm not going to post a video at 1 a.m. But on the other side, you had the Niners and Dallas game, which was super interesting because one, Brett Maher nearly missed another field goal. Thank God he hit some shit. And it was like, dear Lord, thank you for all you've done. I apologize if I came in and out there because I was like doing some of that, and that wasn't a good idea. But Brett Maher finally made a kick. For the love of God, he finally did it. I didn't mention it at all, I think, in the hater video, which I should have. That's on me, my bad. But he made a fucking kick after blocking but missing the first one. And, I mean, the Niners bled. That was super interesting because for the past 11 weeks, the Niners have been rock solid, right? They lost to the Chiefs, and since then, rock solid. Like, let me go find it. No, that's Arizona. San Fran. Yeah, they got kind of thwacked by San Fran. They got kind of Jesus. They got kind of thwacked by the Chiefs, and then they tightened it the fuck up. And really, shit wasn't close. Brock Purdy didn't play great. I think they could have blocked a lot better, but George Kittle with that fucking grab was great. Yeah, I think the Niners bled when we didn't expect them to. The Cowboys are the Cowboys. It's kind of what we expected. That last play was so funny. Oh my God. I'm not going to talk about it because I'm sure you're going to see it in other places. But oh my God, that was so funny. Then you've got so the Niners are going to advance. I am not sure about them. I'm not sure. It felt like the sure thing a bit ago, and not anymore. But then you've got the others. We'll move in chronological order now, even though I didn't already. The Philly Giants game. Jesus. I mean, that's the Eagles of Jalen Hurts. I mean, like, what are we gonna say? It's, keep in mind, like, we forget that, like, because the Eagles lost 2 games when he stepped out, right? That he played 15 games and lost 1. And the one that he lost, he got screwed. So is there a flaw in that team? Genuine question. Does that team have a flaw? Because I don't know if it does. And then we'll move to the Chiefs-Jags game, which might be the second most interesting game of the weekend because Mahomes, right? Because the Chiefs play like the Chiefs. We thought they'd win. I'm happy the Jags showed a little bit of fight there. Because, I mean, barring those 2 turnovers late, I mean, they were in it. And shit just fell apart. Good luck next year. You'll win the South again. It shouldn't be hard. Honestly, I'm expecting 11 wins out of Jacksonville next year. I don't know what their schedule is, so don't quote me on that. But I'm expecting they're like an 11-win team, quality-wise. And then, but then you got the Chiefs, right? Which played like we expected the Chiefs to play. But Mahomes is a high ankle sprain, right? Which you might go, oh yeah, I've had my ankle sprain before. If you're an idiot, that's what you'd say. And I'm sorry, but you would see that and be like, he can push through that, but it's a high ankle sprain, and that kills bitches. It doesn't. It puts you out for 6 to 8 weeks usually, and so that's a problem, right? That's a big problem because that is the MVP of the NFL this year, and what do you do about that? Because I mean, you're in the AFC Championship game. He's gonna push through it, right? I mean, he's gonna at least want to push through it. But then you got to think as a franchise, do you let him? Right? And that sounds ridiculous because of course you let him push through the pain, man. If you want to, you can, right? And what's interesting is that we saw Lamar in a very similar situation do something very different. because Lamar wanted to keep his body safe, because if Lamar came back to play, then Lamar would be at risk of injuring something more severely. Either his, I think PCL was what it was. I think it was an MCL or a PCL. He could injure that more, but then, as you know, the law of something says, if you're not, that makes sense. If you're not using the muscles in your ankle as much because you're attempting to like alleviate it, you're going to put more strains somewhere else, right? And I think that, well, I know that could be very detrimental, because a high ankle sprain is something that you'll come back from. You know, you'll be fine. Like, it's going to suck and it's going to hurt and you're going to miss some time, but you'll be back and you'll be at like 99.8% for the rest of your career, you know? At worst, you're at 99.8%. And, you know, whatever. But the problem is that he wants to play. And him playing risks more severe injury, which he will not necessarily come back from, as the same guy that he was before. Because, as we know, a big part of the Mahomes magic is his ability to buy just enough time, right? For him to fly 20 yards out of the pocket, dodge 3 dudes running at him, and then throw it to a wide open fucking, at this point, like Sky something. Whatever his, Sky Moore or some shit, right? That's like the Mahomes thing. And what if he can't do that anymore? What becomes of him? What kind of player does he become if that wasn't accurate? And if I'm the Chiefs, I don't want to know. But I don't know what the right answer is, because they're 2 games away. They could very much win. I think my prediction is the Bengals, but doesn't mean I'm right, you know? So, we're going to find out. We're going to find out, and I'd hate to see Mahomes go down for something worse, because I think he has a very, very good opportunity to become the greatest player the game's ever seen. And I'd hate to lose him because he refused to sit down. So, yeah. Divisional round of the playoffs. Honestly, not the best round of football I've ever seen, but it was all right. It was all right. The wild card was way more fun. It's a great wild card round. Divisional round, whatever. I want you to know I didn't make a video predicting it because I just kind of didn't feel like it. But I guessed all 4 matchups right. I guessed everybody right because I'm the GOAT. So I'll see y'all on another day.